Hey guys, how you doing today? Today I want to play with you that Hey Joe solo that we just saw there. It's quite a nice, fairly simple as Hendrix solos go. It's all based around this this E minor pentatonic shape. So if you know your pentatonic scales and blues scales, you should be fine with this. A good sort of first Hendrix solo to learn, I think, a very solid one. But also you can still learn a lot from it. It's expressive and a cool thing to play. So let's come in nice and close and take a look at what happens. We're going to start the whole thing with what I call a Hendrix bend. And this is just the idea that you're playing a note on one string. So in this case the E, the top string, the 12th fret. And behind it we're playing the 15th fret on the B string and bending it. Just the B string. This is going to anchor us, this first finger. You see? So we're bending this D note up to E and just holding the top E there. And then we're coming down this little pentatonic scale shape, really. So bend it up. So that's 12, and then 15 and 12 on the B string. And then we're going to add this bit. Bend up. So this is on the 14th fret on the G string. And we're going to do a whole tone bend. And back down straight away. And then to the 12th fret, the G note. And then the 14th on the D string. And finish on the 12th on the G again. So that whole lick together, you get 1, 2, 3. Right? Hopefully all self-explanatory-ish so far. The next lick starts the same. Okay, identical, right? More or less. It changes subtly here. So what we're doing here, right? So yeah, as I say, start exactly the same. Hendrix bend, and then 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, yeah. And then again go to the G string, 14th fret, bend up a whole tone, bend up a whole tone, play the 12th fret on the B string, and land on that A note again, the 14th fret on the G string there, you see? Right? And then you get this little lick here just to finish it off. Right? What's happening there? I'm barring across the G and the B string on the 12th fret, and hammering on to the 14th fret, and then again playing it on the 12th fret, so 12, 14, 12. Notice that little bend at the end as well there, just on that barred, those harmonized notes, the G and the B. Right. So you can see it's all kind of working around this 12th and 14th fret here. So you get... And then we're just going to finish it off with the same 12 fret, 2 strings barred. Right? Strumming wise, you know, with that, it kind of makes sense to do your upstroke and downstroke, so you're kind of you're making basically the minimal effort you can. Be as economical as you can when you're picking, you know? Yeah? So like... right? And then, again, we're taking all these notes out of the E minor pentatonic, and when we get to that part, you then go... so A to B, slide up on our A string, 12th fret, 12 to 14, and then D string, 12, 14, and then our same barred two notes, G and B. Right, so that whole thing. Okay, and he just finishes after we've done that. So 2 more Hendrix bends. So again, it's the 12th fret on the top string and the 15th fret on our B string again. Notice the way I'm playing these, by the way. It's a very, very hard technique to get at first. So, you know, the first thing to think about is just holding this first finger here while the other one does the bending. And also when you actually get to the note you want, the E note, if you can give it some vibrato like I'm doing there, you know, it gives your note some real character and, you know, people say you can't learn how to play with feeling. I say nonsense. You just need to learn how to vibrato and you know, vary your expressions and sort of phrasings, you know. And this is just part of it, really. You know, it sounds so different than if I just were to go like a... You know, it really just adds to the playing, doesn't it? And it's those subtleties that make the difference between an average guitar player and a good guitar player. Hopefully. I'm getting towards good now, so... Right, so let's recap the whole thing. We've got... Right, so that's like the first whole section, I guess, of the solo. Let's move on to the second part. What we're going to do, bar across again the 12th fret, starting on the G, but this time finishing on the E as well. And we're going to play all those notes just kind of scrape down with our pick like that, you see? So you're not just playing the chord, you're playing each note individually, but kind of only just in a sweeping motion. Right, so sweep down, and then again it's this climb down. 15, 12 on the B string. Did you see what happens there? Scrape, 15, 12. Bend, again on the G string, 14th fret, and then 12th and 15th on the B string. And then you've got this little bit on the end. So it's all the 12th and 14th frets on the G and the D string. So there's our first bit that we just went through. And then we're going 12, 14 on the G, 12, 14 on the B, on the D, sorry, what am I on about here? And then 14, 12. 12, 14, 12, 14, 14, 12, like that. Right. And our last part here then, you've got a fast sort of blues lick. So we're getting to the end here, and that's a really common thing in blues. You know, play like you know, the 14 bend up, and then your 2 12s, top 2 strings. Okay, so bend like that, and then a real quick 12 12 on the B and the D strings. And then we're going to go up to our 15th fret on the E string, bend up, and then play it again like just unbent, and down to the 12. Right. So that whole thing, right. Bend, 12, 12, and then bend up and down. And then we're going to go back to the E notes. And then we've got this move here. So that's, again, bending on the 14th fret. Coming in on the 15th on the B. And then the top E, 12th fret. And then back down to our 15, bend. Okay, so that whole thing there. again, it's that our old friend there, the bar across the G and the B string, yeah, and landing again on the root note, the E. Yeah. So that whole section there, from the scrapey bit. Let's go from there. Okay, so just one tiny bit to finish off, really, and this is kind of a unique little move. So the whole thing so far, yeah, it's interesting how it sort of works over the chords. So we've got C to G to D to A to E, and the E chord we're playing there is the E major or the E7 kind of works. But you know, given those other chords, the C, the G, the D, you kind of expect us to be in E minor. So there's a bit of kind of ambiguity there, isn't there? But the fact that we're playing that bluesy sounding major or dominant chord, all he does is kind of moves into the major, E major solo, E major scale shape, sorry. So away from that E minor pentatonic. Just momentarily though. Okay, so what we're doing to finish off, we're going 14 on the A to 16. So like 14, 16, and then again on the D string. So, you know, we're in that major shape, as I say, but only momentarily, and then we're going back straight to our minor to finishing off. Yeah. Okay. And that's basically it. Let's just recap the whole thing one more time. Sometimes I put a little trill on there on the end, just the D to the E thing. And then just to finish you off, you know, you saw me on the demo, I was kind of going a little bit off-piste with all this stuff, but what he actually plays when he comes out of the solo in the record, you got these interesting chromatic shapes going on. So we're going to start, and again, they're going to mirror the chords we're playing underneath it. So we're starting on the C note here, and then we're going open E, low string, 1, 2, 3, 3, open, 1, 2, 3. So you notice we're starting on the C, finishing that run on the G. Then our next chord is D, so we've got a chromatic scale going up from B, C, C sharp, D. And then we've got another one mirroring it on the low string, finishing on our A note. And then 4, 5, 6, 7 up to the E. Okay, so that whole little section there. So yeah, that's more or less it, guys. I hope this was helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy what I'm doing here, if the lessons are helpful. Any questions, just drop me a comment below. And thank you for watching. See you next time.